Alright. So I woke up today and realized it's time. It's time to make a video tutorial about how I edit my pictures. And since I don't really like when people are talking, not doing, let's just start. So today we have two pictures. One is film and one is digital. I just wanted to show both options, just in case. But before we start, I need to warn you that I'm not a teacher, okay? I'm just a guy who's kind of good in photography and just wants to share his knowledge, all right? Yeah, so first thing first, we're gonna use Photoshop. Not Lightroom, Photoshop. And Camera Raw. It's a plugin, it's a free plugin inside of the Photoshop. So if you have Photoshop, you might have Camera Raw as well. To open the picture inside of the Camera Raw, you need to go to the Photoshop, File, and Open As. And here, make sure that you have this option, Camera Raw. Most likely you have PSD, which is like Photoshop default thing, or JPEG or something. So you need to change it to Camera Raw and press any picture. I think we're gonna start with film picture. So open. And here we go. We have the picture inside of the Camera Raw. You see it's Camera Raw 15.2. Yeah. So here inside of the Camera Raw, I use only basic corrections and color mixer. That's all I use here. Nothing else. So I will try my best to comment everything that I'm doing, but if I forget to comment something, you can let me know in the comments. All right. So yeah, mostly for a lot of my pictures, I do temperature correction to the warm because I really like when it's warm, but not necessarily. Sometimes I go to the cold one, but not here. I don't really touch the tint because I don't like it, so just skip this one. Exposure, if you missed an exposure, here I don't think we have some kind of problem. Contrast, I usually add some contrast at this point, even though a lot of people can tell me that it's not a good option to add contrast, but I don't care. All right. These four, basically what I do is I go with highlights to the left, not that much, shadows to the right, whites to the left, like this, and blacks to the right. Why did I do this? Mostly because I want to keep all the information from both blacks and whites on the image as much as I can. So as you can see here, we don't have any more this sun, very bright part of the image, okay? And also here we don't have like a completely black, just here, just a little. So it's like not a very important thing. So yeah, I did it because I want to have a room for grading later, okay? But here I also use this dehaze thing, which also adds a lot of contrast to the image. Normally I don't touch these two, but since this picture is a bit out of focus, I think we can add some clarity and texture just to have it a bit more in focus. Then, as I said, we are moving to color mixer, I'm sorry. And reds and oranges are quite often influence only skin colors, so mostly I don't change those. But here, as you can see, it's also reds on the background, so we can change it a bit like that. But orange, as I said, it's like completely skin color, so I don't want to change it because I hate working with skin colors at this point. But later, yes, we will. So yellows are very is very strange bar because as you might think yellows is yellow, but in fact it affects greens also. it happened to me a lot of times when yellows are responsible of trees, grass and stuff. So as you can see, here's also a lot of yellows on the grass here and here especially. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the right. Again, I have to remind you that this editing is not like the secret preset for every picture you might have. So it's just like for this particular picture, I edit this way. So yeah, greens, I would also go to the right because I will work with the greens later on. Aquas, mostly I don't touch it. Blues also, but I see here blue, so I'm gonna go to the left. Purple's most likely alright, it still has. And magenta, I don't see any magenta here. So as I said, oranges, yeah, so we have hue where we can adjust the color itself, saturation and luminance. All right, so I usually don't touch saturation at all, just very rarely. And luminance, sometimes I go to fix the skin or background just a little, not too much. Here again, these settings are only for this particular picture. So yeah, and we are finished with the settings in camera raw, and now we are ready to go inside of the Photoshop. To do this, don't press done, press open, and here I use this option because if I use the first one or the third one, colors will be kind of strange, and colors will be different from my PC to my iPhone or any other device. So yeah, this one works for me. I don't know if that works for you, but anyway. Just a quick reminder, I would be very happy if you support my channel by pressing like and subscribe. Thank you. Alright, so we are finally inside of the Photoshop. Can you imagine? The first thing what I'm gonna do is to crop the image since it was scanned, since it's film image and it was scanned. I'm gonna crop it like this. I know that there are a bunch of hotkeys, but I know nothing about them. So anyway, the first thing what I'm gonna do after cropping is I go here, it's like a corrections layer, and I choose selective color. The first thing that I'm gonna do is selective color, and I'm gonna go to the greens as I said. And what I do is I want to make greens look more beautiful in my opinion because the green is the most like hateful color. All right, greens and yellows again because yellows are responsible quite often. Then I'm sorry, then I go to color balance. All right, and here we have three options: shadows, midtones, highlights. And what I do here is I basically go from left to right until I like. That's the whole point of editing in my opinion. You just trying to find something that you like and just stick with that. In this case, I think I'm gonna go to the right. Again, magenta and green, I don't usually use it, but here I think we can use it. Here I go to the left because I love warm images. Again to the right. All right, don't touch it. Here like this. Highlights I almost never go to the right because I don't like when highlights are red or something. So far we have something like this. And also one more key thing of my editing process is I can repeat these two steps like forever until I get something that I really like. Just keep looking for colors that you like. That's the whole point of my color correction whole thing. And I always check if I did better with the next one or it became worse. So yeah, don't forget to check if it's getting better or not. Then I'm sorry, I'm forgetting to comment everything that I'm doing. So the next one, I go to the again corrections layer, and I choose curves. Curves, it's this thing, and you can do anything you want here. Don't do like this, obviously, but the whole point of this curve is to add some contrast to your image. And how you can do this is you need to bring upper the whites and bring lower the blacks. So basically it's gonna be S curve. It's not like this, so we don't need it that hard. Why S curve? Because you see it's like S, just in case you didn't notice. So yeah, we're gonna go like this in this case. Again, don't forget to check everything that you are doing, because it's very important. Sometimes you don't need to use S curve because your image might be already a lot of very contrast, so you don't need to use it at all. Then you go to curves again, but you change the layer, what is it called? Anyway, you change from normal to luminosity, and you do quite the same thing. What's the difference is luminosity affects does not affect colors. So as you can see, it changes only luminosity. All right. So in this case, I think we're gonna go like this. And you might think that we are good to go, but in fact, no, we go to the selective color again, go to the greens, and realize that our greens are not as good as they could be. So we can go and change it again. Now we go back to the color balance, because I'm sure that we could do better with this image, and we can go like this. Oh my god, it's so good. Obviously, the main rule of a good result is to have a good picture. If you have a bad picture, it doesn't matter how hard you're gonna try to edit the picture, it will be still a bad picture. So I picked a very good picture. I really like this picture, so the results will be fantastic. Oops, I think. All right. And yes, as you can see, you don't necessarily have to go with S-curve all the time. You just need to control everything all the time. Because I realized, for example, now that we have like way too dark image, so we just can go back and bring up some blacks. Anyway, I think I like the picture right now, so I'm gonna go and merge all the layers together. You can do it by pressing Shift Ctrl E or just by pressing right click and oh yeah, I found it. Merge layers, merge visible. All right, so you can hide this layer so it's not visible, and you press merge visible and all the layers in one. I know that someone can tell me that it's not professional, but I don't care. And at this point I can tell you that I'm quite happy with the results. It looks very good. I would say it looks fantastic, because the greens are like film green, and I really like the green, because the green is like I don't know, 70% of this image, so the green should be fine. So what I do next is, normally I do some skin retouch, but I'm not gonna do it right now in this video, because this video is about how I edit like colors and stuff, and obviously because it's way different thing to do. So let me know in the comments if you want to see how I edit like skin and stuff. You can let me know and I will make this separate video about how I edit the skin. Also, you can see it's a bit of scratches and dust on the picture, because I scanned this picture by myself and I did it not in the most perfect way, so you still can see a lot of dust, and we can clear it. We can also clear the skirt. As you can see, it's a bit like folded. But again, as I said, I'm not gonna do it right now because it's not about this. The last one is I go to the filter and I open camera raw again, like this. Oh, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna add a vignette thing. Basically, as you can see, it's just adds some, I don't know, shadows around the picture, and I don't know, I just really like that. And who are you to blame me, right? So yeah, something like this. We have this final result. Of course, I can see that there are some things that I could fix, but if we are talking about the colors, we are finished. Nothing gonna change with the colors. So we went from here, no, not from here. We actually went from here to here. And I think we did amazing job, because those colors are way more beautiful than these one. And I have to remind you that this is the film image, the film picture. It was taken with film. It was Portra 160, which is quite expensive film. And as you can see, even a film image should be retouched and color graded, because it's not the best, you know. So anyway, all right, let's move to the digital picture. All right, so let's start editing the digital picture now. Again, open with camera raw, and let's see. All right, so I have some preset here. We're gonna reset to default, and let's do it again. As you already know, I'm gonna use only basic and color mixer. So once again, a bit of temperature, a bit of contrast. Once again, highlights to the left, shadows to the right, whites to the left, shadows to the right. Dehaze, as I said, I'm not gonna use those in this case because it's in focus. There's no need to use it. Here we have, all right, so here we have reds on her blouse, and I think we're gonna bring it to here, as well as magenta, because it's most likely magenta, right? So yeah, as you can see, we went from here to there. Nice. Oranges, once again, skin tone, not gonna mess around it, but yellows and greens always to the right, unless I want to make an autumn mood, like, you know, it's pumpkin spice latte stuff. So yeah, you need to be careful though with yellows all the time, because yellows can affect and will affect the skin color, as you can see. So don't go too far with that. Luminance here, I'm gonna go a bit So yellows again, and greens also to the right, magentas to the right. All right. So yeah, at this point we are finished with the corrections inside of the camera roll. So let's jump into the Photoshop. All right. So as far as I can tell, I want to crop this image also because it's there is no need to have this space, and also here, and yeah, this is better. Once again, selective color, greens. Greens are always pain in the ass, honestly. I don't know why, but I have so much problems with greens all the time. So color balance, right? And here we go. This is where the magic happens. Do I like more it cold? No, not this time. Highlights as well to left. Let's go to the curves, and once again, S curve works the best all the time, and luminosity also. All right, once more, just a bit lower. Okay, upper. Go back to the color balance because what? We can do it forever. Because we want to have what? We want to have the best possible colors that we can get from the picture. This is very important. Selective color, greens. And sometimes when you are editing way too long, greens can transfer to yellows completely. Alright. At least in my case, because I used to edit pictures in warm style, so my greens are transferring to yellows quite often. Alright, once again, luminosity. And I can tell you that I'm really happy with this colors. So what are we gonna do with? Alright, so this time, merge visible. Yeah, as I say, I didn't lie. And we went from here to here, but it's not really. We went from just a sec. We went from here like that. We went from here to here. As you can see, I really like the results. What are you doing? Yeah, okay. I think it's a huge difference. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the last two steps. Because it's not a film image and I like to fake as it was a film image. We go to the filter and camera roll again, and we're gonna add at least the vignette thing. And also, it's right there, effects. We're gonna add some grain. And what I usually use is I go around 26 and here like 100, and vignette like this. So as you can see, it's a lot of noise, but trust me, it looks like film completely. Maybe 24 this time. All right, okay. So yeah, and right now it looks fantastic. As I said again, I could fix some skin issues, you know, and some problems with bag and stuff, but I will not do this during this video, because this video is about colors and stuff. So yeah, this is the final results. We went from here to there, and I think I really like the results. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's it. And I hope you really enjoyed finally watching this video tutorial. And I would be really happy if you support my channel by pressing like button and subscribe. And let me know in the comments if you need and if you want to have the tutorial about how I edit skin and stuff. So yeah, thank you and have a nice day or night or evening, whatever. Goodbye.